This is for all the wakers and bakers this morning. Smooth groove. Obviously, I'm the only person in the building. This music is too sick.
Where did you get that?
The reason?
What is that?
The reggae rhythm. What are you talking about?
What? Did you know it? Let me see. Let's listen.
You don't need to know it. You just need to basically connect.
Well, that's what's making me laugh. because I
It's
know
the
that you
soul.
know it.
What are you talking about? Just
this one make you right. Right on. Right on. What about the nation all over creation? Yeah. Sometimes rain and sometimes shine. All the sorrow and trouble you gotta leave behind. Right on. What time is a great tribulation?
So are they keeping
Nation
this?
them a fight against nation. What time is a great tribulation? She want a bang.
What day?
Hear me from the DJ called Rankin, baby. When we fling it on the roads and reality, and we say best thing in life for free. Come and middle and middle, best thing in life for free.
Seeing the best things in life for free.
Right on.
Better than that. I'm not. One of the best things going.
Watch out, we want to
I
watch
love
out,
just
we
that's the
shall.
thing actually.
Hey, man, go how you want, go how you talk. Through the journey getting longer, we never get weaker. Through the battle getting harder, the victory is sweeter. Give thanks and for the health and a longevity. And them the type of thing and them not cost no money. And me say best things in life for free. Bam bam diddle diddle, best things in life for free. All the bread up on the tree, they sing it sweet and melody. And all the fishes and the Caribbean, see them sing best things in life for free. And me say best things in life for free. It's what you get from me, baby. And the best.
Fair. Morning, people. It is Tuesday, the 15th of October. Welcome to TDA, the day after, your favorite news platform and the home of popular culture as defined by the culture. I am one of your hosts for today, Martin Royalty. Margs and Eman are definitely on their way. There is so much traffic going on these parts of town. That's the reason for our lateness. We know some of y'all keeping score. So apologies in that, but Brent couldn't start the show by himself because it would just be Brent talking with no face.
I was considering just running through the Lest We Forget
Should have,
section.
you would have saved me some time.
Yeah, then I just stumbled on some liberation music. I'm like,
Yeah.
let's see how this goes. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, the chat. Let's see who we got. Good morning,
Who have we
Sarah.
got?
Good morning, Dr. Amani. Good morning, DCF Mooks. Good morning, Exposure. Good morning, Noreen. Good morning.
Exposure or Greek?
No.
What was Greek's?
Greek was Greek.
What's his new name though?
Rebranded.
Resistance. Oh,
Resistance.
rebranded.
Good morning, Noreen. Good morning, Stacey. Good morning, Marlene. Good morning, Amy Snowglobe. Good morning, Davina. Good morning, Christy. Good morning, Abby. Good morning, Abimi. Sorry. Good morning, Bex Turner. Good morning, Crud Crow. Good morning, Izzy Bambino. Good morning, JW. Good morning, Mr. Ashlows. Who else have we got? Good morning, Empress Naima. That's a lovely name.
Naima.
Good morning, all. I'm a teacher in a school in Sticks. Nothing has been said about BHM in school. Terrible.
Put TDA on for the kids.
Yeah. Good morning, Babiel. Good morning, T. Good morning, Nine Ether. Good morning, Marlon. Good morning, Molly Malls. Love that.
Mal.
Good morning, Josh. Good morning, Rebranded. Good morning, TJ. Good morning, TC. Good morning, Miss Lisa. Good morning, Ghana Greatness.
Is Miss Lisa a teacher?
Miss Lisa.
Wait,
Miss
great
Lisa,
teacher
is that
name.
Teacher? Yeah, Miss Lisa. Good morning, Black Mara. Good morning, Black Rob. Good morning, I think Stacey done that. Good morning, Crucial J. Good morning, J Good. Good morning, UK Hip Hop Daily. Good morning, Everest. Good morning, Star Crew. Good morning, SLM86. Good morning, SA.
Oh, everybody's really there today, isn't it?
Yeah. Good morning, everybody. It's been a while though. It's at least like 15:15, so it makes sense.
Yeah, it's
Good morning, Johannes Williams. So good morning, everybody. All right, everybody who's already put their name down to attend the NED Unlocked event, you would have already gotten an email confirming your submission.
Go again.
Anybody who wants to check out, well, not anybody, all the women who want to check out something on the 26th of October, there is a fantastic Women's Wellness Festival happening. And our favorite doctor, Dr. Amani, is going to be speaking. Obviously, there'll be other speakers there, but obviously she's the best one there. You could also attend yoga. Is something wrong with your face? You could attend yoga.
It's a joy of the Lord.
Mindfulness and mental health workshops. And there's going to be a little shake your leg opportunity, my piano hit class. And...
No, just saw a picture, yeah.
You want to share it with a glass?
Yeah, well, I put my phone on airplane mode for people to see text they shouldn't be seeing. All right. Hold on, put my brightness up. Hold on. Now, just there's a lot of fuel stuff going on in Nigeria at the moment, and it's just that you can't really see it. It's a bit too bright. Oh, never mind.
Just sabotage?
Mr. Jake. Basically, nah, man, the picture does it justice.
All right, then.
Never mind, y'all.
Never mind.
Next time.
All right. So...
Yeah, we're on a timer today, actually.
Yeah, I'm out by 9:30.
Everybody's out by 9:30. That's what Mark this morning. He said, oh, well, so let's get into the show. Let's get to Lest We Forget.
Sorry, if I didn't say, the women's event is on the 26th and the tickets are on Eventbrite.
Yes, check it out.
Let me just drop the link in the box.
Wonderful. So as you guys know, it's Black History Month, and every day here at TDA, we are going to be putting the spotlight on a man and a woman who are Black and have done great Black things. Yes. So today, the man we're speaking about today is Benjamin. He's got such a strong name. Benjamin Obadiah Iqbal Zephaniah.
It's a fantastic name.
Fantastic name. So he's a British writer, and he was born on the 15th of April, 1958 in Handsworth, where he was also raised. He referred to this area as the Jamaican capital of Europe. He's the son of parents who had migrated from the Caribbean, Oswald Springer, a Barbadian postman, and Lineve Nee Honeygan, a Jamaican nurse who came to Britain in 1956 and worked for the National Health Service. He had a total of 7 younger siblings, including his twin sister, Velda. People back in the day used to get busy, boy. 7 kids. 7. Oh, I'm losing my marbles. My grandma had 7 kids. It's crazy. So Zephaniah wrote that he was strongly influenced by the music and poetry of Jamaica and what he called street politics. His first performance was in church when he was 11 years old, resulting in him adopting the name Zephaniah after the biblical prophet. And by the age of 15, his poetry was already known among Handsworth's Afro-Caribbean and Asian communities. He was educated at Broadway School, Birmingham, from which he was expelled, at age 13, unable to read or write due to dyslexia. He was sent to Burton Park Approved School in Baschurch, Shropshire. An approved school was a type of residential institution in the UK to which young people could be sent by a court, usually for committing offences, but sometimes because they were deemed to be beyond parental control. Tired of the limitations of being a Black poet communicating with Black people only, he decided to expand his audience, and in 1979, at the age of 22, he headed to London. So why is he important? What's his contributions? Let's find out. So, like I said, he was a British writer, a dub poet, an actor, musician, and professor of poetry and creative writing, whose work was a part of the national curriculum for many years. In his work, Zephaniah drew on his lived experiences of incarceration, racism, and his Jamaican heritage. Having moved to London, Zephaniah became actively involved in a workers' cooperative in Stratford, which led to the publication of his first book of poetry, Pen Rhythm, which was published by Page One Books. In 1998, he was appointed to the National Advisory Committee on Creative and Cultural Education to advise on the place of music and art in the national curriculum, and Ealing Hospital in London named award after him. That's really cool. Zephaniah's second novel, Refugee Boy, about a 14-year-old refugee from Ethiopia and Eritrea, was published in August 2001. It was a recipient of the 2002 Portsmouth Book Award in the longer novel category and has been adapted into a play. In 2003, he was offered appointment as an officer of the Order of the British Empire, that's OBE, but he publicly rejected the honour, stating that, "I get angry when I hear the word..." You know, I don't know roads and stuff. If it's not Bromley, I don't know. So when you were asking me what bridge I'm on, I was like, I'm under it. Like, I don't know what bridge you're talking about, but I was under a bridge. But I went through Barking. And I wondered why. Who's that guy that sings about Barking? I wondered why he did that. When I was driving through, I said, it's a great inspiration. So he publicly rejected the OBE. And to quote him, he said, "I get angry when I hear that word empire. It reminds me of slavery. It reminds me of thousands of years of brutality. It reminds me of how my foremothers were raped and my forefathers brutalized." Big up him. Like a man that stands for something. He says it was included in the Times... Sorry, no, he didn't say that. He was included in the Times list of Britain's top 50 post-war writers in 2008. In 2011, he was appointed Professor of Poetry and Creative Writing at Brunel University, London. He was a vegan. He means people. He was a vegan and animal rights activist who self-identified as an anarchist. Zephaniah supported changing the British electoral system from first past the post to alternative vote. Big up him. Yeah, died in 2023. That's sad. That was only last year. Yeah, so he was born in 1958 and died in 2023. Famous quotes and sayings from him. He says, "This planet is for everyone. Borders are for no one. It's all about freedom." He also says, "We who believe in freedom still cannot rest." That's ironic though, that, isn't it? He also says, "I learned to love my blackness and to embrace it. I stopped wanting to be white." He also says, "It is said that if you educate a man, you educate an individual. But if you educate a woman, you educate a whole nation." That was feminist too. Wonderful. And our next person for today is a lady by the name of Mallory Blackman. And she's still alive, which is wonderful. She was born in 1962. So she was born on the 8th of February 1962 in Merton, London, and she grew up in Lewisham, one of 5 siblings. Her parents were both from Barbados and they'd come to Britain as part of the Windrush generation. Her father, Joe, was a bus driver, and her mother, Ruby, worked in a pajama factory. I never thought pajamas had factories. I don't know why. I just never thought that. Mallory Blackman's father, walked out on the family while she was younger, leaving her mother to single-handedly raise her and her siblings. At school, Mallory wanted to be an English teacher, but she grew up to become a systems programmer instead. She earned an HNC at Thames Polytechnic and is a graduate of the National Film and Television School. Why is she important? Well, she is a British writer who held the position of Children's Laureate from 2013 to 2015. She primarily writes literature and television drama for children and young adults. She has used science fiction to explore social and ethical issues. For example, her Noughts and Crosses series uses the setting of a fictional alternative Britain to explore racism. Blackman's award-winning Noughts and Crosses series, beginning in 2001, explores love, racism, and violence, and it is set in a fictional alternative Britain where people of colour are the dominant race. Explaining her choice of title in a 2007 interview for the BBC's Blast website, Blackman said that Noughts and Crosses is one of those games that nobody ever plays after childhood because nobody ever wins. In an interview for The Times, Blackman said that before writing Knots and Crosses, her protagonist's ethnicities had never been central to the plots of her books. She also said, and I quote, "I wanted to show black children just getting on with their lives, having adventures, and solving their dilemmas, like the characters in all the books I read as a child." Word. She was appointed Officer of the Order of the British Empire, an OBE, in 2008 birthday honours. In June 2013, Blackman was announced as a new children's laureate. I hope I'm saying that right. Blackman helped set up the first UK Young Adult Literature Convention, YALC, during her time as children's laureate. In 2008, she became the first person of colour writer to work on the award-winning BBC sci-fi series Doctor Who. Blackman has been the recipient of many honours for her work, including the 2020 Pen Pinter Prize. And some of famous sayings and quotes from her is, firstly, reading is an exercise in empathy, an exercise in walking in someone else's shoes for a while. Interesting. She also says, I remember going into a bookshop and the only book I saw was a black child. I remember going into a bookshop and the only book I saw with a black child on the cover was A Thief in the Village by James Berry. And I thought, is this still the state of publishing? Then I thought, either I can whine about it or try to do something about it. And last quote from her, she says, history should belong to all of us, and it needs to include people from different cultural backgrounds. So that is all about Mallory Blackman and Benjamin Obadiah Iqbal Zephaniah, both British writers. Big up them.
Before we move on into the headlines, I've got a fantastic motive for all those who are film watchers. There is a fantastic film called Sickle, directed by Smile and One Take. I think it's part of the Red Cell Network. And it's in partnership with Black Thrive Haringey and Southeast London HCC. This will be on the 24th of October. That's Thursday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. And it's a documentary about sickle cell. Ebony shared it in the Discord. I'm going to put the link in the chat and in the description of this particular video. It's free, so you can book your tickets via the link. Please check it out.
Please check it out.
All right.
Let's get into our headlines. All right. Trigger warning on the first one. Well, trigger warning on two of them. All right. So, the police marksman who shot Chris Cabal dead has told a court he opened fire because he thought a colleague was about to die. Given evidence for the first time at his Old Bailey trial, Martin Blake said he was filled with dread when the Audi that Mr. Cabal was driving moved backwards and forwards as officers surrounded the car. An operation was launched to stop the vehicle because its registration had been linked to a shooting outside a school in Brixton the night before, the court had heard. Blake, who denies murder, said he could hear wheels spinning and the car's engine revving as armed officers tried to get Mr. Cabal to get out of the car. Asked why he pulled the trigger, the Metropolitan Police officer said, I had a genuine belief that there was an imminent threat to life. I thought one or more of my colleagues was about to die. And our next headline, trigger one on this as well. Sarah Sharif's father told police, I've killed my daughter, claiming I legally punished her and she died. After fleeing to Pakistan, a court has heard. Irfan Sharif called 999 in the early hours of 10th of August last year when he and the rest of his family were already thousands of miles away. Sarah, who's age 10, had suffered dozens of injuries, including bruising, burns, and broken bones, when her body was found in an upstairs bedroom on a bottom bunk bed in her home in Woking, Surrey. In an 8.5-minute phone call played to jurors, minicab driver Sharif, who's age 42, was heard crying before he told the operator, I've killed my daughter. He also said, I legally punished her and she died, adding she was naughty and I beat her up. It wasn't my intention to kill her, but I beat her up too much. That's horrible. That's giving me a knot in my chest. That's horrible. And then our last headline for this segment, Rachel Reeves. Rachel Reeves said, those with the broadcast shoulders, so not broadcast, broadest. I need to put my glasses on.
Wow.
I thought it was a broadcast shoulder.
Little Freudian slip there.
Rachel Reeves said, those with the broadest shoulders would bear the largest burden of expected tax rises on 30th October. Is she fat shaming? What does this mean?
No. What?
Oh, rich people. I was thinking, what is the correlation? What's the link? He's gonna be talking in parables, bruv. Just say rich people. What are you talking about? Anyway, Rachel Reeves has said, those with the broadest shoulders, isn't it the biggest pockets? People usually say.
Yeah, I could use a few more as well.
I've never had broadest shoulders, you know.
Sometimes they say deepest pockets.
What's she saying? What's she saying?
So she's saying people with the broadest shoulders would bear the largest burden of expected tax rises.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I've never had broadest shoulders. Because what's the correlation?
She thought that like she was fat shaming.
I thought she was fat shaming. I thought, that's so rude and mean. I've honestly never heard that saying in my life. Anyway, we're here now.
That's the coldest.
I never heard that.
That is cold.
I've been learning English on the spot. Anyway, so Rachel Reeves has said those with the broadest shoulders would bear the largest burden of expected tax rises on the 30th of October. I said during the election campaign, we're not going to be introducing a wealth tax. She told Andrew Marr on the New Statesman's NS podcast. Some have suggested a crackdown on non-doms could lead to an exodus, meaning a policy that was supposed to increase the tax take is undermined. And previously, when taxes on non-doms have been changed, you haven't seen that flight. I think it's a really important principle that if you make Britain your home, you pay your taxes here. It's not on, and we will change that, and we will have a proper system. Fair. And that is so ironic. So ironic what the typical they use.
Read the three more.
Read the what?
The three more headlines.
Okay, yeah. All right, lovely. So next one is about UK, France, Italy, and Germany. And the UK, France, Germany, and Italy have released a joint statement saying Israeli attacks on UN peacekeepers are contrary to the international humanitarian law. In a joint statement, the four nations reaffirmed the essential stabilizing role played by the UNIFIL in southern Lebanon and said attacks must stop at once. I'm going to call them UNIFIL. That's the UNIFIL. The UNIFIL mission, which includes hundreds of European soldiers, has come under attack from the Israeli military in recent days. We, the foreign ministers of France, Germany, Italy, and the United Kingdom, express our deep concern in the wake of recent attacks by IDF on UNIFIL bases, which have left several peacekeepers injured. These attacks must stop immediately. We condemn all threats to UNIFIL's security, the statement read. Any deliberate attack against UNIFIL goes against international humanitarian law and United Nations Security Council resolution in 1701. The protection of peacekeepers is incumbent upon all parties to a conflict. Okay, but if they don't stop, what is the next step that this country's going to take?
They just have to be seen to
say stop.
Yeah, whistling. Just in case we spin the block and then like note them down in history as being responsible for just looking and watching. And
because they've been saying stop since March.
100%.
It's nearly end of March. We're close to the next March.
You have to go through the motions.
Crazy. All right, the next headline's about Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris has revealed a plan to give black men more economic opportunities as anxiety mounts among her supporters that some in the black community are less enthused by the Democratic presidential ticket than in recent elections and may sit this one out or support Trump. The vice president's plan includes forgivable business loans for black entrepreneurs, creating more apprenticeships, and studying sickle cell and other diseases that disproportionately affect African American men. It also includes ensuring that black men have more access to shaping a national cannabis industry and to invest in cryptocurrency.
She did that interview on the Shade Bar, didn't she?
Shade Room.
Shade Room.
This shit.
Yeah.
Because this is very funny policy.
Yeah, she
I
did.
like her, but this is very funny.
Yeah.
This is funny. Kamala Harris presented the so-called opportunity agenda for black men on Monday before speaking in the northwest corner of Erie, Pennsylvania, the country's largest battleground state. It will be Harris's 10th visit to Pennsylvania this election season. Political support among black men for the Harris-Walz campaign has been wavering somewhat. Last week, Barack Obama suggested that some black men aren't feeling the idea of having a woman as president. Sure, Barack. I'm sure that's what it was. And lastly is about her opponent, Trump. So Donald Trump has provoked an angry backlash from Democrats after calling for the U.S. armed forces to be turned against his political adversaries when voters go to the polls at next month's presidential election. In comments that added further fuel to fears of an authoritarian crackdown if he recaptures the White House, the Republican nominee said the military or National Guard should be deployed against opponents that he called the enemy within when the election takes place on the 5th of November. He singled out the California Congressman Adam Schiff, who was the lead prosecutor in the ex-president's first impeachment trial, as posing a bigger threat to a free and fair election than foreign terrorists or illegal immigrants, his usual prime target for abuse. Trump's comments to Fox News in response to a question on possible election chaos triggered an angry reaction from Kamala Harris's campaign, which likened them to previous remarks that he would be a dictator on day one of a second presidency, and his suggestions that the U.S. Constitution should be terminated to overturn the 2020 election result, which he falsely claims was stolen by Joe Biden. That guy's a joker. It's time to pay some bills. Let's get into Word on Road. All right, so Megan Thee Stallion has a... One second, y'all. Yeah, Megan Thee Stallion has a documentary coming to Amazon Prime, which I'll be watching, of course. But it's called Megan Thee Stallion, in her words, her story, her life. And she basically posted on socials saying, hotties, which is what she calls hotties. My documentary is out on the 31st of October. I'm nervous and excited for you all to see it, but it's finally here. I'm here for this. I like documentaries where the person is actually involved and they don't get to spin the narrative and do whatever it is that they feel like they're going to do. So I'm looking forward to that. I feel like it'll be really good. It's got a purple theme, so actually that's why I love purple, to be fair. But then purple is also the domestic
Serious?
Yeah, colour. Domestic violence colour and stuff. So I don't know if I've just made that up or, if that's intentional, but we'll find out. The Olympians, right? Yes, they are. Noah Lyles and his now fiancée, Janelle Bromfield, are engaged, which is absolutely beautiful. So they posted they shared it on socials anyway. Looks absolutely lovely. And he captioned it, "To my future wife, I will love you forever," which is really, really sweet. And she says, one second, y'all. She says, "We were long distance best friends. Didn't think we would ever get to really hang out until we were done with the track, but just look at us." Sorry, one of the comments is funny. Someone said, "Short distance runner in long distance relationship. No wonder he couldn't stand the distance." But funny. But yeah, so congratulations to them. Really, really sweet. They kind of shared parts of how they spoke and blah, 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 blah. Really, really sweet. Cute stuff. In big news though, which I'm very, very happy to hear about, Travis J, his series Rum Punch has been picked up for a full series by BBC.
That is amazing.
Amazing, isn't it?
Absolutely amazing.
Very iconic. Big up Travis J.
Travis, man.
Big up Travis J. That is very, very iconic. It's put a lot of work into it, but it's also just very good and very entertaining. So I'm looking forward to it, what the future seasons looks like. And also, it's interesting though, isn't it? Because how radio is more moving towards podcasting. And even TV to an extent, moving toward podcasting. And now it's bringing what would have been a TV show, a TV series, into podcasting. Iconic. So big up Travis J. That is...
It's a great way to test the waters before
absolutely
full-on production, right?
Absolutely. But their production was really, really good with it. He was very, very intentional. I mean, he came here and spoke to us about it. So if you want to check out that interview, do as well. But it was sick. It was honestly one of the best things I've listened to. So I'm really happy about that. Big up him. I'm sure he'll be here to...
Yes, he will.
Talk to us about it some more. So big up him on that. And that's it,
Last headlines?
We've got us a friend.
Yes, we do.
Should we do that or do the headlines? Oh.
Let's do the after headlines.
Okay.
Let's get it out of the way.
This is...
isn't it? Context is key. It's important.
It's a life history.
They've asked me to make sure, because I didn't do it yesterday because it was just both of us and I had to go in it.
I'm just in a PS.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, Kemi Badenoch. Last headlines for today. Kemi Badenoch. Hold on. Has anyone checked an email? Sorry, but are you sure he's not the
So
reason for...
he said he's coming in at 9:15. I'm just assuming that's not going to be 9:15, and I'm not going to be here.
When he told you, you have communicated what time you're leaving to everybody else.
To the chat?
Yeah.
Yeah, we said
So when he told you
9:15.
he's gonna get in at 9:15, what did you say back to him?
I don't
I thought Brent said okay.
No.
No, I didn't say anything.
Why? Would you do that?
I'll tell you afterwards.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll tell you afterwards.
Oh, okay. I thought he was meant to be here for the time he was meant to be here, and I thought maybe he was the reason for the crash. So has anyone checked on him? Maybe he's the reason why there was the
So
traffic.
you thought he might be in trouble?
Yeah, I was thinking, no, that's a bit, it's a bit scary
We
now.
should check him after.
Okay, all right.
Nah, his God protects him.
That's true. All of
He
them.
got all sorts of protections. He's got the charms, the Quran, the Bible. He got it all. All right, so our last headlines for today. The Tory leadership candidate, Kemi Badenoch, has been criticised, surprise, surprise, for a campaign pamphlet that said autistic people received better treatment and economic privileges and protections. A pamphlet published by Badenoch's campaign team at the Conservative Party conference argued that conditions such as anxiety, as well as an autism diagnosis, had gone from something people should work on themselves as individuals to something that society, schools, and employers have to adapt around. Robert Buckland, a former cabinet colleague of Badenoch, criticised the remarks about autism and suggested they were stigmatising the spectrum condition. Anxiety is not a neurodiverse condition. Autism is not a mental health condition, he said. That part of the report didn't seem to me to be based on any evidence, and mixing up autism with mental health is not right. It's not the correct approach to be taken into this. Yeah, she needs to be educated, boy. And our next headlines, an estimated 500 elite Afghan soldiers who fought alongside the British are expected to become eligible to come to the UK after a previous decision rejecting their applications was overturned. Fresh information has been discovered in about a quarter of the 2,000 rejected cases, proving that the at-risk veterans were paid and employed by the UK government in Afghanistan, despite previous claims that no such evidence existed. A review had been launched by the Conservatives in February. Luke Pollard, the Minister for the Armed Forces, told the Commons on Monday that the emergency reassessment reflected the problems that have dogged the Afghan resettlement scheme under the previous... What? Sorry. Luke Pollard, the Minister for the Armed Forces, told the Commons on Monday that the emergency reassessment reflected the problems that have dogged the Afghan resettlement scheme under the previous government. Pollard said there had been 2,000 cases in which there had been an inconsistent approach to decision-making. Of the cases that had been reviewed under Labour, the minister said we are expecting an overturn rate of approximately 25%. And our next headline, a NASA spacecraft has launched from Florida on a mission to find out if Jupiter's icy moon Europa could support life. The craft, called Europa Clipper, was on a SpaceX Falcon Heavy rocket, which blasted off from Kennedy Space Center at Cape Canaveral under sunny skies. Its launch had been delayed for several days by the deadly Hurricane Milton that struck the US state last week. The mission's main scientific goal is to establish whether there are places below the surface of the moon that can harbor life. Scientists are interested in the salty liquid water ocean, 40 to 100 miles deep, that previous observations have shown is under Europa's thick 10 to 15 mile icy shell. And where there is water, there could be life. The robotic solar-powered spacecraft, which is carrying 9 scientific instruments, will travel 1.8 billion miles in a trip lasting about 5.5 years and is due to enter orbit around Jupiter in 2030. Do you think we're meant to live on other planets?
Do I think we are meant to live on other planets?
Yeah. Do you feel like God wants that? God wants that. Yeah. Are we meant to live on other planets, do you think?
If they want to beat their fate, they got to colonize the rest of the universe.
Like,
It's just the way it's done in the movies.
but then if the first one's there, then it's technically theirs. They don't need to colonize it.
Yeah, the first generation is going to be tough for them. But if they want to outlive, because the world's got a sell by date as well.
Yeah, word.
So I think if they want to if they want to outlive their destiny,
They need to move to other places as well that they can get.
yeah, they're gonna have to colonize. And also, Brent, yeah, because obviously you love aliens and space and all that. Yeah, what is the point of all that space travel and all that exploration and all that if it's not to colonize the universe?
If it's not to own it, innit? Yeah.
To go out there and put down some roots and building things. Ain't that the point? Ain't that the goal? Like to look for somewhere where you can stay with the right atmosphere and thing.
Because they've made a mess of this planet Earth.
There you go.
I don't know why you're trying to find new place to go and make a mess of.
Yeah, they want to fuck something else up. It makes sense.
I don't know. For me to answer that question seriously to you, you would first need a baseline of believing that there's life on other planets to actually colonize.
But I believe there's life forms on other planets.
All right, but it
They
kind
might
of
not be
sounded as
humanized.
though when you asked me the question, I was the only person who subscribed to that belief.
Wow, so defensive. Why are you? This is
Ah,
not
this-
this what I wanted to
it
come into the
just-
conversation
It just
on.
sounded
We're
a
not doing
little
that. No, we're here.
dismissive.
We're here.
Dismissive when it is that you said
believe
you
in
believe in
aliens.
aliens and stuff. I even push this on here. I push UFOs. That's what I push.
Yeah.
No, but out of everybody, you would be our resident intergalactic.
But I told you that the aliens I believe are
Already here.
angels and fallen angels and stuff. It's still within the perimeters of my faith.
But I'm just don't understand why I'm getting this energy. I wasn't doing
No,
what you said I
it's
was
not
doing.
no energy. It just dawned on me that you just threw this to me, right? And it would mean that you two are where I am, so you could look in the mirror and ask yourself. This is what I'm saying. Now I understand it's both of us in this whole alien. boat.
Spider-Man.
Right then. I hope
I
everybody
actually feel
heard
like
that.
aliens already here, you know.
Yeah, they've been here.
Like, I believe that they're living amongst us. They're just dressed like humans.
Yeah.
Some people are not normal.
No.
Gotta be aliens.
Not
You gotta be
normal, not
extraterrestrial.
normal at all.
You gotta be something.
And obviously, they said they left their technology with us to explain for the technological gap, advancements in life. Because obviously, you go from caveman, Neanderthals to
Yeah.
coding. There's
Cody, you're an egg.
there's something missed. There's a, like you know what I'm trying
gap.
to say. There's a gap. Sometimes you've got to fill the dots. Like, how did we get there? And obviously, you could say evolution one step.
Do
further,
scientists
but
think
something
that,
had to. I don't know. It's
Do
just my
scientists
theory.
feel like there's a gap? Do they feel like we made a jump?
I think scientists will tell you it was a natural step, exploration and evolution
Catch me up. What are you asking?
from nothing, from rocks and stones to even just
I
technology.
feel
Anyway, just technology. You know what I'm trying to say? They would pretend that like it was a natural evolution. Humans just fucking around and finding out and going from one step to the other.
Yeah.
But when you actually pray, that gap's massive. That someone came and gave us something. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm trying to say? Like, hey, look, if you do this, take this,
Yeah.
and then we got the technological boom and it changed.
Yeah.
That's what happened. Aliens.
Yeah.
Aliens are responsible for technology.
Okay.
He said, okay. Okay, whatever floats your boat.
He's not on board yet. He don't know. He's
You ain't woke.
he ain't woke yet. He ain't woke.
You ain't that woke, bro.
All right then.
That's so funny. All right, let's get into asking for a friend.
All
Then.
right. There are two.
Doing the colours.
Yeah. You're welcome.
All right, so the first person is a woman and she's age 42. I love this age thing because it lets us give us this really good context in itself.
definitely.
I'm worried that my son is developing a toxic mindset towards women. My son keeps referring to girls and women as tings, bitches, and females, and I don't like it. It's very reductive, and I'm scared he will become a certain type of a man I don't want him to be. How do I educate him to know better and talk better? Oh, I wish I knew how old the son was. That would be very helpful.
Let's say teens, maybe.
You're giving teens, innit? I feel like you just got to speak to him. You just got to let him know. I feel like it's just a conversation you got to have with him over and over and over and over and over and over and over again.
The bitches is wilding. Especially having a son. Like your son can't be walking
But
around.
you can't be calling, you can't be saying bitches in my house. That's
calling
crazy.
Bitches. You can't be. That's wilding. But come on, man. Things has got a bad PR, man. What's wrong with things?
Things ain't it.
It's just
It's a
not because.
ting.
Allow it, because it depends on what. If you put painting in front of it, you'll be happy. You start blushing.
That
Oh,
wouldn't
who's
have-
that painting? No.
I'd rather have a beautiful woman.
Stop it.
You beautiful woman. That would do it. Speak to me like that is speaking Bridgerton. That's
It's
what I
not the
want.
word. That's ting. that is offensive. It's the words that you put in front of it, and everybody's conflating.
No,
the two.
no. Ting
It
is
when you
offensive.
refer to things. If you say, like, if you call someone a fat thing, they're gonna say you're being rude. It's not ting. It's fat.
No, but you know what's funny though?
Because if I called you a skinny thing, you're not telling me I'm being rude. If you was actually that
This day and
skinny.
age, child. But you know, ting is the problem. But then people try and cushion it by throwing a nice word in front of ting. I'm trying to think of an example.
Painting.
Yeah, but it's still the ting. You know what ting like? Ting just tings like it. Ting in your head. It stays there. So no,
She said it just.
it just stays there. Like the pen
That is
erases
so
very quickly.
stupid.
The pen quickly flies away. Quickly, I hear that.
Ting,
Yeah.
they're trying to push a false narrative out there and they're trying
Who
to.
is they?
I don't know.
The women that the tings.
Yeah, the things, all these things.
The tings saying they don't want to get called tings. Just saying
These
they're trying to
things
push
are
a
trying to
narrative.
rewrite history and do a false narrative
Listen.
and give ting a bad PR. Ting is not a negative. There's no negative connotations behind things.
I'm trying to think of another word.
It's the word. It's the word before the ting. Loose ting. Like you know what I'm trying to say. Like that's what you don't like. You don't. It's the word before you don't
It's
like.
the descriptor.
Yeah.
Script, innit? I'm trying to think of another example of a word that can be controversial. But if you just add a nicer word in front of it, it's like, oh, that's not too bad. I don't know if there's another example.
And how do women refer to men in the comforts of their WhatsApp group?
I think in the context of like using words that shouldn't be used, I would say N-word.
Ah,
I would say the N-word.
okay.
I think sometimes you get people that are not black thinking it's just a synonym, and it's like, oh, okay, that's great, well done. I'll say the N-word or because women are always like, oh, this guy, this boy, this man. Yeah, I don't know if there's any words that they use like that. But I think for this one, I would just say you have to just talk to him, explain to him why those words are why women find those words disrespectful or why it's reductive. Like you got to be the one to have a conversation with him about it. And then just hope that you're raising somebody who, even in the midst of peer pressure and stuff, will stand up for what you have taught him to be right.
And things
Bitches is wild though.
Things just ain't like women.
Bitches is wild.
Like your thing, you got things.
I ain't got no things.
Well, that's because you're dead right now. But
I one man.
then you got a thing.
Yeah, it's not a thing. I wouldn't call
One
him a
man?
thing. No, mm-mm.
No, but that's your thing though. That's what I'm trying to say.
He's not. He's a man, honey. He's a man. Yeah. And I think that adds to it though. Because if it's like things, it sounds very like disposable. So it's like you're one of. If you say my woman,
What
my
about
girl,
my main thing.
my missus, missus would do it any day.
Main thing works, no?
Nah,
thing
man.
holds
Because
weight.
when you say main thing, where's the side? There's a side. Like it just, if you're like, I'm going to have a main, the question that follows is, you're not going to have a starter. So when you say my main thing, it's like, so you're not seeing your side today. Do you get what I mean? And why are women always food anyway? Like, why is this the language anyway? Yeah, I think that she just got to talk to the
Have you
man.
ever been swallowed?
Ew. I need context. Like, till today, I need to see the beginning and the after of that sermon because I don't know. Like, there's no context that could ever justify that. Swallowed. So disgusting. Ew. So yeah, babes. I hope that works. What would you don't call women things anyway, Brent. But let's just say you did. What would help you stop calling a woman thing? And what would help you stop calling a woman thing? Your advocate over there. Advocate for things.
So I even think it's like code switching. I mean, I wouldn't use that in the workplace, right?
Oh yeah.
Like I wouldn't use other slang in the workplace.
That's true.
I'm trying to find out if I think it is something that is derogatory enough to basically
Like have an intervention over.
yeah, and I do understand it objectifies or turns it into an object,
Yeah.
right? And the bitches is wild.
Bitches is wild.
That's just
Bitches
wild.
is being crazy.
Yeah, because I didn't actually think about him using things as slang because that it could be slang. But I think because he throws in their bitches too,
Yeah.
that boy.
Yeah, and I don't see it as the same. The
It's
things
definitely not.
and the bitches, I don't see
Yeah.
the same because, as he said, I can refer to your situation
Yeah.
as what's your thing saying?
Yeah.
Even I don't
But if
say
you
that.
say what,
I don't even use that language.
you know, because
I don't even use that
you didn't quite
language.
roll off your tongue
Nope.
like that. Never did it.
No.
Love that for you.
What
You
other
tell
one
me
was
you got
it?
a new thing. If she came in and asked her, I heard you got a new thing.
Yeah, but you know what? It's like
I would need to be from London Fields or Pembury or one of them places to use that language, or Brixton.
but I feel like
I
yeah,
don't speak like that.
because if Brent asks you how's your thing doing and whatnot, sounds like slang. But if he says how's your bitch doing,
Would you double tick if I said that?
how's your bitch
Then
doing?
what?
Would you do that? Would you
What,
look up?
How's your bitch doing?
Yeah.
This egg will answer. He'll be like, oh, she's been good. That's why yesterday.
I'd answer, but I'd be like,
You're welcome.
I'm confused why you went with that verse, but
We're here now. Men. Anyway, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
The bitches thing, she needs that one.
Well, it's a swear word. It's derogatory
is.
towards women, and he shouldn't be talking. He shouldn't be talking like that around you.
Yeah, there's a lot
regardless.
of-
I don't know whether he's using it freely or if she's just overhearing him use it. If that makes sense. I don't know whether he's
Oh,
just
yeah, I get
throwing
you.
bitches around, like no respect and just like, "Mummy, this is how I talk," or if she just catched him using it. I suppose there would be two different situations. But bitches is wild.
Bitches is
He needs
wild.
to cut that out of the yard.
Bitches
You
is
get me? You need to
wild.
give him some on the not under my roof thing. If you want to be under my roof, you ain't talking like that.
Word. Oh, there you go. There's your answer. All right, our next dilemma, the person's 18 years old, and they said, how do I know I'm not a reverse colorist? I've got friends of all shades, but I only fancy dark-skinned women, and I've never really fancied lighties or white girls or anything else. Strictly dark chocolate. I feel bad for feeling this way because I don't know if it means I have an unconscious bias, but I want to be sure I'm not a reverse colorist, if that even exists. It does. Please, may I ask for your help? Take care, I think that's meant to say, and have a blessed day. God bless. Oh, God bless you too, babe. Kind. We don't say God bless anymore. As they should.
That kind of colorism's embraced on the show, I think.
Yeah. But you know what it is? I think it would depend if you're light skin or dark skin yourself. Because if you're light skin, do you know what? Honestly, do you know what I just think about these things? I just think it depends on how you approach things. If you move like, oh my gosh, like, if you move creepy with it, then yeah.
Well, obviously, people have their preferences, isn't it?
This is it, and it sounds like a preference. Yeah.
But then, no, but there's times when people say that, people will use that word preference to mask up their prejudice. Innit?
Yeah.
Which is easier to point out when it's cross-cultural.
Yeah, when it's, yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? When it's interracial.
Yeah.
It's easier to kind of make that distinction.
Yeah.
Right? When it's from the same, because
But you know what it is? I think with that, yeah, it would be if he talks down on the preference he doesn't like. That's when I would think that I would say that people are using it to mask it. Do you know
I
what I
see what
mean?
you're saying. So it could still be colorism and stuff within your own community, within
Yeah.
yourself. I think, no, okay, cool. So it's a preference. It will change to like a colorism and stuff like that, as if, like you're saying.
If he cusses light skinned girls and says, oh, they're this and that, like, then it's like you're colorist.
But if it's just a preference, then
If it's just a preference, then that's fine. Because I feel like people know what they fancy, what
It'd
they
be
don't.
nice to know what it is, because you can't. I mean, if you're a dark skinned person and you like dark skinned women,
You like for liking it.
yeah, it's like looking in the mirror and seeing.
Yeah.
So, but then again, me as a light skinned man, if
Yeah.
I'm saying I just like light skinned women, and that would have a bit that's
It's-
gonna
yeah.
have there's different energy towards it.
But you know what it is? I think sometimes you just gotta keep things to yourself. Unfortunately, because of the climate, because dark skinned women have been hated on for so long, that's one of the affairs you got. Just say you love your woman. And just notice a pattern, and that's fine.
So then, what is it? How come a dark skinned person? Oh, well, then I'm not gonna say how come. I know the real reasons why anyway.
But do you know what I mean? And unfortunately, the real reason is what's ruined it. Why not everybody gets the pleasure of talking about their preferences.
Yeah.
So you gotta keep it to yourself, and just if you know, you know. Because people that have never been with someone who's darker than them in their life, and they're light skinned, and that's okay. But also as well, it depends on how it is that you speak about other people. If you find people attractive anyway, but then your preference is going for someone that's light skinned, then fair enough. I don't think this is reverse colorism, because it doesn't sound like you hate light skinned women or white women or anything. It just sounds like who you're most attracted to are women that are dark. And if you're attracted to them is based off their beauty, then that's fair. But if it's got like undertones of fetishism, then that's, I don't even know if that's a colorism. I think that's just fetishism.
Obviously, perspective and all that, and these things could be interpreted different ways.
Yeah, exactly.
But if we wanted to go on to like a hard line, would you be prepared to go out onto a ledge and say like, if you wouldn't date someone because of their race or their color or skin tone, there's prejudice in there, like bottom line. Even as a black
I do think there is though.
So even as a black person, I wouldn't date white.
Yeah, I think there is because so I wouldn't date someone that's white. I wouldn't date someone white because I love the black culture. I think black culture is so rich and da 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 da. One could argue that's some kind of prejudice. I think my culture is richer, so I want to stay with my culture. So I feel like in that, if it's like an absolute no hard line, there is some form of prejudice there. Absolutely.
Because from hearing it, like if hearing someone say that they don't date a black man, they wouldn't date a black man in 2024. In my mind, it's like, okay, I'm sensible enough to understand that everybody's got their preferences and everybody's different.
Yeah.
But that also sounds like racismo. Like, that sounds crazy because this is 2024.
But that's because
black man are the prize. You won't date me. I must be dead. Like I must be so hope. That's crazy to me.
But I don't think that's because of what black people have gone through. So it's sensitive to say that because you wouldn't. If a black person said they wouldn't date white at all under no circumstances, do you look at that with the same light of like, yeah, but it's 2024?
I feel, you know, I'm in the United Nations anyway, so I feel like people should be open to dating people from, like, I think humans are human. It's not about their, for me personally, it's not about, I couldn't bring myself to say I wouldn't date someone because of their thing. That's a prefix thing about them, a notion that I'm making before I've even got to know them. I don't even know them. If I find someone attractive enough and I like them, I would do it.
Yeah.
I'm a human first. I'm a man of the world. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Philanthropist.
Yeah, and there's I don't hold no prejudice. There's no country. When I hear people say, "Oh, I couldn't date a Somalian. I wouldn't date a Turkish man. I wouldn't say that about a person because I'm just not that way inclined. How can I say I wouldn't date you because of your country that you're from? That's crazy to me.
That's really lovely. You've got a good heart. I would. I just. but the thing is though. But that's why I said I feel like there's prejudice everywhere. But I wouldn't like if I had a white person say no, I only date white women. I wouldn't automatically think they're racist because I know that I only want to date black men.
Yeah.
So, but I think that people just because that's why I find it interesting when people from a certain race draw a hard line against dating people of their own race because I think that the way we are naturally born is to find our own attractive.
Yeah.
So that's why, like, I would raise an eyebrow quicker if I hear a white man say I never date white women, or black man say I would never date black women, than I would if a white guy says to me, I'm only dating a white girl, or I hear a black man say I'm only dating black women. Because it's like, wow, okay.
Is hearing say like hearing a white man say I would never date a black woman?
Yeah.
Right, yeah. Is that statement wilder, or is it wilder if you heard, say, like a dark-skinned man saying, I would never date a dark-skinned girl?
It's wilder if I hear a dark-skinned guy say I'll never date a dark-skinned girl.
So when it's within, you think like, so when it's within your own community, so the colorism is probably worse than the...
Yeah, I think colorism... Yeah, I think, because colorism... Because sometimes people... It's a self-hate thing. So sometimes there's people that they know how they've been treated because of their shade. And so because of that, it's a self-hate thing. So sometimes you hear people say stuff like they don't want to have children who are the same color as them.
Yeah.
Or if they have children at the same color as them, they end up, because they hate themselves, they end up hating that child too. And then that child ends up growing, hating their own skin because of the way that their parent, their mom or dad or whatever it is, has not raised them to value their skin. So I feel like for me, it would definitely be harsh if I heard a dark-skinned guy say, I can never date dark-skinned women. Why? If you say you can never date black, fair enough, but why particularly? I feel like it's like you got a group and then you say you got a subgroup.
Yeah.
And it's just like, why are you that, why is it that detailed? But then again, there's people from like the same country who would only, like I am Nigerian. My preference, first and foremost, will always be a Yoruba man. I'm Yoruba. So maybe it's
Would your advice to this guy doing the dilemma change depending on whether he's light skin or dark skin?
I think that if he was light skin and he says he's only going to date dark skin, I would want to know why. Because is that a fetish then? Or is it like a pity dating? Like, why?
This is pity dating.
Yeah, man, don't talk about, I know you've been hated all your life out. Let me love you. What about it?
That's nice though. You need that.
That's what the romance women say they want. It's weird.
A man coming doing a good deed, Brent, but I'm not even hating on you.
It's
Like,
weird.
come here, let me love you. She's saying, get the fuck away from me. Like,
Nah, man.
what? Are we
I didn't
saying
say get
there?
the fuck. I just said to slightly move to the side. Yeah. I'm not a charity case.
No,
I'm
I
not your
hear
project.
it.
I'm not your little project.
I hear it.
Like, so I feel like So it would depend. I think, but it doesn't sound. I think if he had gone in on his dilemma, because people like that, people that have a bias towards other people in another group, it would have jumped out without him even realizing. So if he had said, "Oh, I can't do Latin because like if he just went on a rant about that, then I'll be like, okay, there might be some bias there. But it just sounds like it's a preference to me and fair.
For real, man.
Fair.
You're allowed to like what you like, man.
Bro, honestly. All right, so this one, oh, ciao. Okay, everyone pay attention. Hi, guys. First of all, I just wanted to shout out the show. You all do such a brilliant job of being entertaining whilst often talking about sensitive topics and keeping us all up to date on the latest news. I've actually stopped listening to the news and I now get all of my news from this show because it's delivered in such a digestible way. Me and you, girl. I am one of those people who listens on Spotify in the afternoon because I'm not able to listen to the live stream at the time, but I listen every single day. Keep up the hard work. Now, onto my dilemma. I am a Ghanaian girl, 30 years old, and living in East London. I have a best friend who is Albanian, and we have been friends since we were in year 7, 11 years old. She's been there for me during some difficult times, including multiple family members' deaths, breakups, and just basic life situations. I wouldn't change her for the world. However, lately she keeps making really weird comments about race. We went to a very multicultural school where the majority of students and teachers were either black or Asian, so I'm not sure where these comments are coming from. For example, the other day, I told her that there was a BAME group that has been created at work. This seemed to trigger her because she then started making comments about the fact that it's not fair that she can't be part of a BAME group at work because she's a minority, even if she's not black or Asian, but she's also not Caucasian. She went on about this for ages, which made me feel weird. I tried to explain to her that black people's experiences are different to Europeans, but I totally understand that she feels like a minority too. She didn't care what I had to say, so I just left it. Another time, we went on holiday to Spain, which was really nice, but then she started pointing out how little black people there were. Before she mentioned this, I had noticed, but I felt it was normal when you go on holiday to not really see that many black people. She proceeded to mention little things throughout the holiday, which really ruined it for me. For example, we went to a restaurant and the waiter brought me the wrong order. I didn't think anything of it, but she kept saying the waiter must have done it because I was black. Those were the kind of comments she made throughout the whole holiday, which made me feel really uncomfortable. I tried to talk to her to tell her to stop bringing up race every time one small thing went wrong, but she started to get angry and say that everything is about race. And it sounds like she's woke and you're not.
Yeah, she's
She's like, you're not
reading all the
she's like,
threads.
you're not on my level.
She's picking up all the signs. She's like,
Bro,
ain't you
you're
seeing
not
this?
Can you see this?
All the little microaggressions.
She's like, you're not seeing
she's
unconscious
just going
bias.
crazy.
Now she's losing her marbles. Do you know she said everything is about race? I know everything is about race, but I don't necessarily want it highlighted every single time especially by someone who is white. She claimed that she's just trying to be an ally, but how do I explain to her that whatever she's trying to do is making me uncomfortable? Another example is when I came back from a holiday to Greece for my birthday with my black friends. We all had a really nice time and didn't talk about race once, even if there weren't many black people there. We all felt super comfortable and everyone was so friendly. I came back and told my friend how much of a nice time I had, and she asked me if anything racist happened. When I told her it didn't, can you imagine? When I told her it didn't, she seemed disappointed and said that's weird because Greece is supposed to be a racist country.
She's just on point. You get what I'm trying to say?
She's too much.
She's just on point, bro.
So, is this not weird? She seems to always be looking to point out when racist things are happening to me, even when they're not. For context, I am the only black friend she has. All of her other friends are either Albanian or Asian. Am I exaggerating? Is she just being a good ally? Should I stop being her friend? Let me know your thoughts and what you would do in this situation. P.S. Please ban Black Rob from calling to the show. Don't worry, management is sorting that out. That's actually funny. She's gonna start wearing flipping dashikis and a head wrap next.
I don't think she's harmful. I think
You
she
think
just
so?
needs to dial it down a
I
bit.
think she's so excited. I think she's just. It feels like she's just. It feels as though she's just woken up and she's now realized how much
Information overload.
overload.
And she tried to make up for all the things that.
Like the lost
she
time that she never stood up for her racially. Do you know what I used to tell someone that had a great holiday? She's like, was it racist? And you said no. She's like, oh, but usually racist there though.
Yeah, talk to her, man.
I think she seems like she's doing it out of a nice place. So I think she should talk to her and just say to her that I'm a black person. Like no matter how much of an ally you're ever going to be, I carry this thing with me every single day. Generations before me, it's a lot heavier for me than it will ever be for you. So sometimes it's just not what I want to talk about because it's my reality. And I feel like that will help her understand. So there are times where she will know that, okay, I was shot for you and whatever, but she just seems like it's like she's got the education now. And she's like, I'm gonna educate the rest of y'all.
And bear in mind, there are black people who would like what she's doing.
Oh, Chris, actually, I don't know.
Fully.
I don't know if Christy
I
will
don't
love
think
this.
Christy would be
No.
having no Albanian friend. But,
For one. How much more one that's an ally?
Yeah. But yeah, you should need to communicate with her and tell her that that's you're not that type of black. Yeah, it's too cloying. It's too overwhelming. And then again, you basically let her know that welcome to my world. But,
Literally.
yeah, don't be my.
But don't take over
airboys.
my world. Yeah.
Yeah, don't be my airboys all the time. I don't want to drop you out. If it is that she served her well before she opened her eyes,
Yeah.
then she's cool, man.
How old is she?
Let me see what she says actually. She is 30.
30.
Yeah, man. So
They've
she's-
been friends for 19 years.
yeah, that's so beautiful. She's got a lot to catch up on. So they've been friends since 11. Let's just say like she found out about racism and stuff like that 2 years ago. She's trying to make up for the past 17 years.
Yeah. Remember, it's coming from a place of pain and hurt as well because you're a brethren. So once she realizes what
Yeah.
it's been doing to you.
Like what it could have been like for you.
Yeah.
I think I definitely think it's coming from like I don't feel like that's a bad friend. I feel like she's a good friend. I just think she's very excited. She's like
What did you
Rachel
think about her
Dolezal.
argument about her not being allowed to be in the BAME group?
Yeah, she's a shout. That's the problem. See, that's the thing sometimes when people when you're trying to do too much, when you're trying to be too much, like now it's like you cross lines. I think that there's a fight there for minority groups. Because I remember like one of my friends, she's Turkish. But like, you know that when you would take the forms, she always had to take the other. I
she's
never
not
thought that.
taking white.
Because she's not. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's these spice fights, the Albanians and all that.
Yeah.
They're not. We spoke about. I swear we touched
talking
on this
about-
last week
yeah.
at some point. Like they're not having. They're
They're not seen as- yeah.
They're not. You can't tell them they're
Yeah.
white.
But
They're
then
saying no chance.
there's something for that. So there's an argument there, definitely. But I just think that it's something you don't have to latch onto things like that. I feel like she could have been like, do you know what? She could have used the opportunity to talk about that would be good, but you can't be BAME. Like black people are even annoyed that Asians
hate
fall
that
into
term.
BAME.
I don't even like that
hate
term.
it so
I
much.
think it sucks.
Because whenever it's Black History Month, it's always like, it's a BAME month. No, it's not. It's black. So, yeah, that's the problem when you start being an ally. Sometimes you're on the right side and you just do a bit too much too quickly. Unprovoked. So, yeah. But she seems sweet. She just seems very excited at the thought of finally being woke. And the joke is, if you don't have a conversation with her soon, she might have to have a conversation with you, telling you you ain't even black enough. She might ask you, why don't you care about black people?
Yeah, and if you don't look to talk to her,
Yeah.
she will get to that stage.
She's gonna be like, why don't you care about black people? Why do I care more about your people than you do?
100%.
And let's just not get there.
That's how she get cut out quick.
Bro.
Yeah, don't let it build up.
Yeah, don't let it build up. I think definitely have a conversation with her because it seems like her heart is in the right place. But if you have a conversation with her and she's all adamant that, you don't know what you're talking about as the black person as, then I don't know, you have to make decisions from there. But yeah.
All right.
And what is BAME?
Black, Asian, minority ethnic groups.
Oh, okay.
Something like that. Oh, maybe she's BAME.
I'm gonna start about to say that she's
Yeah,
Albanian.
because black, Asian,
minority and ethnic. If she's Albanian,
is
They
Albanians.
they don't slot into them ones.
ethnic,
No,
there was,
I
and
hear
minority.
the breakdown of it. I hear the breakdown of it, but they're
There
never
would
in
be
those.
me.
They're never in those rooms.
Yeah.
Yeah,
down there.
black, Asian, and minority ethnic.
They would be the me of the part of it.
Yeah.
She said, "Do you see what I did there? You didn't. The person who came up with BAME did it. What do you mean? Do you see what I did there?
No, but they can't be BAME. They're just the me.
The
ME.
minority ethnic.
Mm.
Ah. She gonna start taking up spaces, boy. You gotta nip that in the bud. You gotta clip her wings real quick. But yeah, I hope we helped you though. Love a light in that. So what are we doing next?
Reaction.
Okay, good.
Did you watch boxing? He said he's gonna be here in 10 minutes.
But we're leaving here in 15.
He's talking, telling you that now.
Yeah, but he said that 6 minutes ago.
So he's going to be here in 4 minutes.
Why didn't you tell me you're leaving at 9:30? So you could have just saved petrol.
I'll tell you afterwards. Let's get on with the reaction.
If he's Brent is the coldest.
Because Brent is a character. He's gonna sit here.
You want to do so here?
No.
Do you want
He
to
don't
No,
want you
no,
doing
no.
it because he's watching.
No, that's not why.
All right.
He's trying to
You care
protect.
about
He's trying to
people-
protect me a little bit.
I protect people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
I
let's
protect
just
people.
not. And also, if we give Brent an inch, he's running with it. So let's just not.
Okay, well, welcome to the reaction, people, where I read out your sports headlines for you. Only just a few headlines here. It says Anthony Joshua and Daniel Dubois rematch scheduled for February the 22nd. So Anthony Joshua and Daniel Dubois will have a rematch on February 22nd, according to the Turkey Alashki. Alashki, a Saudi Arabian advisor, has been involved in organising high-profile boxing matches. Joshua is seeking revenge after losing to Dubois in their first fight. Can I just say, I was away, yes. I never saw that, yeah. And I was having a phone to someone on the weekend or whatever, and then I was just having a conversation, and then I just went on the YouTube and I started pressing it to watch it, yeah. He got fixed up.
From the first round.
Brother,
Yeah.
I was watching, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Is this what you don't have to go through?
Yeah.
You don't watch that in real time?
Yeah. He never recovered from that first round.
That was mental. He got fist up.
Did he lose the last one before this one as well?
Nah.
The Bismillah one. He didn't lose that
No,
one.
What?
Yeah. But
When he
he
said
had a fight. I
Bismillah.
think he had a fight after that.
Yeah, he did.
Bismillah. Hey, coldest. Nice of you to join us, man.
That's gonna be like giving the ick, you know.
And the funniest part about that, yeah, you see, like I say, Usyk can't speak English, nothing like that, yeah. He just knew something mad was about to happen, yeah. And he walked up to me and said, excuse me, brother, come. Give me my flag. Give me my flag. Whatever you're going to say and do right now, my country don't want nothing to
None
do
of
with
this.
this. Give me my flag,
Give him a
please.
flag, bro.
Bismillah.
Actually, you give me time for boxing.
On time.
Perfect time, considering.
Well, obviously there was a big card over the weekend. You know what I want to say? Yeah, I feel like not anti-climax or whatever like that, but I feel like the build-up in that was better than the experience. I was watching the card, and I was like, I'm not as like these fights ain't like I'm not as excited as I should be, or like these fights ain't giving like. I don't know. That's just just how I felt. Obviously, there was stuff going on. Ben Whittaker and Liam Cameron fell out the ring on a WWE thing, which was mad. What round was that they fell out the ring?
5.
5? I was gonna say 4. So but then Ben Whittaker pretended like he was hurt, and then the fight couldn't go on again. And I haven't. He even went to the hospital on that, and I haven't seen what injuries he's come out and said that he got. But he needs to be careful. He needs to watch it loads and loads of times so he can say the right injury.
Well,
Because
he's already said his ankle, isn't it?
ah.
Yeah, he said his ankle. That's
Okay,
why he was in a wheelchair.
Okay, that wouldn't be the right injury.
Nothing happened to him, man.
Because I heard I caught it just as they went out, but I heard he wasn't having the best time anyway. You know what I'm trying to say? That the fight wasn't necessarily going his way, and it wasn't. So then he using it as an excuse to come out at that one. I didn't see Muhammad Alakel versus Jesus Gonzalez. Did you see that?
Yeah, that fight it was alright. It was just I think it was like 4 rounds. It was just young guys. I think they're like maybe at 118 pounds, something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Decent fight. It's alright.
And then you had the featherweights, the women's, Sky Nicholson versus Raven Chapman. That I wasn't paying attention. I'm so with you. Sorry.
It's understandable.
Okay, cool. Then we got onto Eubank versus Zeremeta.
Yeah,
That was
it was alright.
comprehensive.
But you know what the thing is, Eubank has shown that he's susceptible to getting beaten by just basically he's at his level, and I think he knows that. That's why he only cares about the prize fights, the big money fights, because he's too open, way too open.
And he But he's fought in bare different weights and stuff as well, isn't it?
Yeah, he keeps going up and down. I think.
That's not easy. That takes a toll on your body. That's not light. Do you know what I'm saying?
But is that because? I think that's more so because he couldn't compete. He can't really compete at 168.
Yeah.
So because 168, like I don't know, there's probably like 5 to 10 people that would beat him at 168. At 160, that's the best chance of getting a world championship. You know that, but that's again if he wants that. I don't think he really cares about the. In fact, I think I've even heard him say he doesn't really care about the belts. What can I do with belts?
Are him and Conor going to be able to fight?
If Conor goes up to 160,
so the band that he's got, they'll just go and fight somewhere else. They can sort that stuff sorted out. They'll just go and do it somewhere else.
But apparently the head, what's his name? The head of the British Border Control was at Riyadh season.
Okay.
I think either it was outside the ring or it came into the ring. I can't remember. And so that's kind of giving people the impression that, you know what, there's a way that we can kind of massage certain things so that we can kind of give Conor the license or allow him to fight Eubank maybe outside of the UK, if not in the UK. So it's looking like they're planning a way to make it work.
In other words, they're trying to sell it, but
yeah, 100%.
Conor trying to sell it, so they'll make it done. So that was that Eubanks dispatch with my man Easy. I missed this cruiserweight title. Opataya and Massey. Where was I?
That was a good one, though.
Who won? Opataya?
Yeah, easy.
Easy, innit?
I think he stopped him about 7th round or so.
I did see
6th round.
I did see
sixth
it.
round.
Yeah. Comprehensive stuff. And that's what I'm trying to say. So by this point, I don't want to say underwhelmed, but I'm not. It was there's decent stuff going on, but this was supposed to be an amazing night of boxing. I wasn't in my yard going crazy at all at this point. But then we got to Fabio Wardley and Fraser Clark.
Yep.
And then this is what I was starving for because I missed the first fight.
Okay.
Remember, I missed the first fight. I missed the draw. You get me? And I'm Team Wardley.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? I think Wardley's cold. He's got a dope style. I like the way he fights. It's a bit open. I think he needs to just bring his hand up just a little bit. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, because he's a big, he's big. He's a big you. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, and if that jab came from higher up, it would be way more effective and have a bit more power. You get me? But he's slick. He's cold. I like him. So that's why I was confused why the first fight went how it did. So I was looking forward to this one to watch it. And my guy, listen, fixed his business for him. Dealt with him proper. First round, no games. My man, he punched his face off. Yeah. Like literally, he's got the dent in his head. He's got the dent in his head where his jaw's disconnected. So the jaw's slipped down here, gone this way, and then you can see the dent in the head there. Like, this is serious stuff. There's that point where his jaw was just swinging like he just left a house rave. Like, I'm telling you. Like, crazy. Cooked him up good and proper. That was, you know what it was? I was happy for him, but it was horrible, man. Because even in the way that the first fight went, and then the way that they're talking, and the way that even Clark's talking, I can't wait to punch his face again, and just all this whole, the way they was speaking about each other for the fight to go like that. It's tough for Clark. Obviously, Woodley's over the moon.
Yeah, 100%. I was saying this to Brent. What was it on Friday? I said Woodley's gonna win, man. Woodley's too aggressive. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel as though like the amateur pedigree of Clark in the first fight was the thing that made a difference. You know what I'm saying? Like, he really showed that he's got the boxing IQ that Wardley doesn't have. And he just exploited it. But I just knew that Wardley's just too aggressive and he's not going to give him a chance, innit? And for Clark to make that silly mistake of just coming off the ropes, not being cautious, for some reason thinking Wardley's just going to chill and give you a chance to, kind of reset, was crazy to me. And it was the beginning and the end from then, man.
Yeah, my man was saying, like, look, come on, man, that's probably like the best Clark he's ever seen, man. He's like, let's have it right. He's like, you can't get any better. He goes, I was terrible. I was whack. I'm going to double back and punch him up. He told man, no uncertain terms, he's cooked us like bucking back.
Yep.
Fixed his business for him. So Wardley done that. And then we got to the main event. What we was all waiting for, Berta Beer versus Bivol. Now, I'm going to say this,
Yeah.
I was on the phone when I was watching the fight, So I don't want to say I was distracted, but I wasn't like 100% engaged in it, But I'm watching it, and even that fight, it was It was all right. It wasn't fireworks like what I was hoping for the whole night. So even by this point, I'm still a little bit, but I'm enjoying the fight. I'm watching them do their thing, working at a high level. You know what I'm saying? So I'm on the phone and then we're going through the fight. I'm saying, all right, cool. I don't think there's gonna be no knockout here. I'm saying, okay, well, yeah, Bertabiev, he's picked it up now. He's back. He's involved now. Whatnot. So and then the fight finished. So I'm saying, oh, we might have a rematch, and they're saying why? And I'm saying, because I think it's gonna be a draw. And they're like, oh, after all that for a draw. And I'm saying, well, you know what? If it's not a draw, then Bivol won it.
Yeah.
You get me? If it's not a draw, Bivol won it. But I don't. They're both undefeated. You can't take away a man's oath for what they done. Like they're champions and that. Like I'm saying, I can't see it. I don't think either of them done enough. It was like a two halves thing. I'm saying it's a draw. But if it weren't a draw, I would give it to Bivol.
Same.
So then when they went through the motions and they said and they give it to Bertabiev, I said,
Yeah.
I said what?
Even his camp was surprised. Even his camp was surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, no, that's not fair.
Yeah.
I said they can't do that.
Especially when I heard 116, 112, I said, oh, Bivol's got it.
Yeah. That was crazy. Because what, he didn't turn up to what? The 6th round? Really though?
It's a tough one, man. Like, to me, it's definitely not robbery. It's not robbery. I think this is one of the perfect examples of it depends on what the judge is like. Because I feel like Bivol had the better, definitely much better eye-catching shots.
Yeah.
100%. The movement, like Bivol it was just perfection. It was just perfection. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, there were times when he took rounds off, and there were times where he was only working for like 30 seconds in a round. And during that time, Bertabiev is pushing him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The pressure is there. He may not have been landing big shots, right?
A lot of them are hitting gloves and that, man.
Hitting gloves.
The
You know what I'm
main
saying?
thing.
Oh, wait, what's this?
No, sorry. I asked Brent if I could jump in quickly.
Yes.
I was just saying that was what I was saying. That he wasn't landing. Like if you're gonna give it for aggression, at least give it for aggression and I'm landing. This is what I wasn't understanding because I thought 116, 112 to either of them was harsh.
Yeah, but at the same time, remember I hear what you're saying about the landing thing, but if Bivol's not doing anything for like 2.5 minutes, right, or 2 minutes, and the other guy is trying to get some sort of interaction, he's pushing it, right?
man.
He's making Bivol move constantly.
That's to unify though, isn't it?
Yeah, undisputed.
If
I hear you.
Bivol was the only champion in that situation and it was a title fight and the fight went exactly the way it went, would they have took his belt off him?
No.
Then
And that's the problem.
there you go then.
But the other guy's got a belt too. So how are we going to find, like, to me personally?
Draw, it was a draw.
100%, I saw it as a draw as well. But I did think, just like you said, that's on like first watching it. Second time I watched it, I'm seeing more of a draw. First time I'm seeing Bivol draw. Second time I'm seeing a draw. Because the thing is, like I'm saying, there's rounds where you can see that Bertabiev is really pushing the action, man. And you've got to give points for that. Because I was given points, like that same sort of fight with Triple G and Canelo in the first fight. I was saying, why are the judges not scoring the jabs? Why are the judges not scoring the controlled aggression of Triple G? You know what I'm saying? So it's that same sort of argument I'm bringing to this fight here. And I'm thinking, you have to score. You have to give Bertabiev the advantage at certain points. You know what I'm saying? How Bertabiev got the 116 to 112, to me, felt like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you have to remember, all that means is, like the close rounds that you see as real close rounds, the judge has given 2 of them to Bertabiev. That's all it means. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you can see him getting 2 more rounds more if you're a judge or if you're a person who cares more about aggression. But it just made me feel like if you go back in the past now and look at fights with, like, what's his name? Sugar Ray Leonard fighting Duran in the second one, Sugar Ray Leonard fighting Hagler. Then it's like, wait a minute, if you can say Sugar Ray Leonard gave an amazing masterclass of boxing then you should be able to say Bivol won that fight.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you now. I've never really been super invested in either of the fighters. Okay. Obviously, I'm aware of them and seeing what's going on. I know what they're doing, but like for whatever reason, I don't have no affinity towards any of them. Whatever. But after this fight now, it's made up my mind. I'm Bivol. I'm Team Bivol now. That's it. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, I mean,
he's a guy still. He can fight.
100%.
He can rock.
This is why I said the first time. I said, like, he's beating Canelo.
Yeah.
Like, to me, it's like I just thought anyone who's seen Bivol fight, he is beating Canelo.
Yeah, he can rock.
He's beating Canelo.
He can rock. I like
I was
that.
not surprised at all.
But why is Canelo even still going down this path? Like he's not. He shouldn't be there.
What do you mean?
I just don't think this is the weight class for him.
Yeah, I think Canelo knows that as well. But I feel like, just chasing greatness, isn't it? He wants a title at 175. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's basically his motivation. But yeah, Canelo can't. Not this older Canelo. He can't compete with Beterbiev. He can't compete with Bivol. And yeah, man.
Beterbiev is 39.
They have to run that back ASAP, though. Surely.
Yeah, 100%.
I know the Saudi man's not having that as well. He's saying, no. He's running with all the money. He's saying, don't worry, I'm going to give you 300 million. You're going to come back.
Did you hear what he said as well about the fight? After the fight?
When you saying before didn't lose?
He said before, I think before should have won by at least 2 rounds.
Yeah.
That's what he was saying. So he said definitely they're both my brothers, but I'm going to try and get that rematch done.
Oh, yeah, he's going to bring them.
Yeah.
Them boxers are everybody on that card. Everybody associated with Saudi. You know, they laughing.
Yep.
Do you know what them man are doing over there? Oh man. Should have been a boxer, man. This is crazy. They are cooking over there.
I don't know if Clark's saying that right now.
Huh?
I don't know if Clark's saying that right now.
I don't know if he's saying anything. No disrespect.
Yeah, he ain't talking for a while, innit?
That was massive disrespect, but I hear it.
Oh man, but yeah, like to me, fight of the year, man. I think
What?
I better be a B-roll.
What are you saying?
Yeah, I think so, man. Because I feel like it was just the very best of different styles.
It's the sweet
fighting.
science.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Like anyone who felt as though I don't know why this came to my head, but it's kind of like watching Van Persie, like when he's having a man of the match performance. You just see just art. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like that's the same thing we saw there. Bivol was just majestic. But Beterbiev as well was brilliant at that particular style as well, man.
I was just thinking there's no way Bivol lost that. But like I said, he slowed down too much. Like you said, it took too much times off in the rounds and all that and let Mama control it. And then in my mind, I was thinking, even though I'm saying there's no way he lost it, I was saying you might not have won it.
There you go. And that makes a difference.
We can't all be wrong, though. Do you know what I mean? I feel like there's too many people I speak to that think Bivol won just. And I think that's the reason why it was such a shock.
Yeah, but look at the judges' scorecards.
They actually did. I think nobody would have, like you said, like how you're doing contention and all this kind of stuff. If they drew, nobody would have said nothing.
Yeah,
would have just said, let's run it back.
No, I agree with you. But that's why I think the shock is more for the 116, 112. If you didn't hear that, I don't think people would have been as upset.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's the point where people are like, okay, so you're almost discrediting the fact that, because I think if the way they were scoring it, they were scoring it more on the fact that it looked like Beterbiev was hurting him more.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's what they were looking at.
All right, well, we've reached the end of our reaction. Our allocated time has run out.
You could stay out and give you
No,
the
we-
time to
no.
switch between yourself and Imadi.
There's nothing to switch between the. We said what we said. The time is over. The show is done. Do you want to wrap up or do you just want to press the button? Because it's up to you.
I'm not here.
Then peace.
Press it.